We are here at the Serralves Museum at the entrance of the Arthur Jafa exhibition titled A Series of Utterly Improbable Yet Extraordinary Renditions. Who's Arthur Jafa? Arthur Jafa is an American artist born in 1960 in Tupelo, Mississippi. Arthur Jafa lives in Los Angeles and for many years has worked as a cinematographer for the likes of Stanley Kubrick, Spike Lee. He has worked for the music industry, and of course has been for many years now an artist on his own right. I mentioned a little bit of these facts just to explain that being born in the South of the United States, which was, of course, the nest for the institution of slavery, and living in South Los Angeles, which is very precise, the location of the LA riots years ago, and working in Hollywood, in the film industry, it tells us that Arthur Jafa is surrounded by history, a very specific history, the history of his community, and images coming from everywhere, from the film culture, from the digital culture, and is also surrounded by music. And in his case, is also an incredible encyclopedia or playlist of the history of music and the history of black music. The image behind me is actually a self-portrait of Jafa himself. Few things about this image. It's printed like a billboard would be printed in Los Angeles. This gigantic image that dominates you 24/7. It's on purpose. It's by design that this image, this self-portrait called MONSTER, is oversized. His body, the body of Jafa, this black body, dominates the viewer as you are entering the exhibition. Monster, why? Because the black body, I think, the body of other, the body that scares us, the body that are different in our culture, in our history, have often been perceived as the monster. Of course, he has a camera. He is a man with a camera, like Dziga Vertov was a man with a moving image camera. He's a recording device. More than the camera, his body, himself, is a recording device. And you will see that in the work. Jafa makes films. He makes films which are very peculiar. They are cuts, an accumulation of either found images or images that he makes himself. Images that he collide in a very, very dense cycle. And they are overwhelmed by the music that he edits on the top of his images. Jafa himself is a recording device. His body is a recording device. The camera is just the extension of his body. And this body records often the pain of others, the pain inflicted to the black body, but also how this black body, this recording device, has been perceived and represented both in moving image culture, in popular culture, in digital culture. Throughout his work, moving image, sculpture, photography, we have an exercise in visual literacy. How do we understand the way we represent ourselves and we represent others?